It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And off we go from SoFi. Trey Tucker to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. They go play action on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Playing in your own building, a little extra adrenaline as they take the field. No surprise, this home team feeds and plays off the crowd. First play of the game, and already we're seeing an impact being made defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. That's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target, and he could play on it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Now the Raiders readying for the punt. And they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Absolutely crushed that kick, a full 70-yard punt. And the Chargers take possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the 43. Hits it through the middle. Big man showing up the yards. To the house. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Tucker now on the return. And look at this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Or that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Dropping back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. He's going deep. That's intercepted near the sideline. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Watson, quick pass wide. They get 13 on the pickup, and it brings up an LA 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now a give, it's Brown headed right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Chance move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Throwing now, Milton. And that's going to be batted away, incomplete, so pretty home way to wrap up our 1st quarter. It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it'll be Raider football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This is hauled in by Myers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second and 3. Trying for the deep ball. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
The QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down, ball at the 36. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 32. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying getting that one to Brock Bowers. So that brings them to 3rd down. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. And he couldn't do it.
Complete beyond the marker. It's a nice completion from the rookie passer out of Texas. Good for a 1st down, too.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route, too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 16. He's got it. And this is down all the way to the 3. Offense up to the line fast. They'll throw it on 1st and goal. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. They'll pass on 3rd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders start to fight back with their first points of this game. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. He's got a gain of 6 there. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chargers driving for a score and a halftime lead. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Cut out left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. To throw, Milton. He locates Adonai Mitchell. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 1. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
He'll throw it yet again. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one does not go far. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, a give to Brown. And this is only a short gain. He's stopped down at the 33. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Kickoff taken at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. 1st and 10, looking to throw. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's on the move. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
A final throw before the break. Throwing for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And look at this return. And things will end there, but plenty of damage already done. They've got it down inside the opposing 45 following the return.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Here's Milton. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. But so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Milton now. Completed to Davis. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a first. Brown on the inside give. And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here's Brown again. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here. So the penalty is going to back him up 5, and in all likelihood, they need to come up with a new play call for 3rd down. Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. Watson, quick pass wide.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Tucker now on the return. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Working quickly here. Slot man motioned over. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. He'll throw it. Oh, try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
He'll get this one to Brown. Have him gain about a handful there. Jacorian Bennett there for the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 46. Gets this one to Watson. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up an LA first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They just get the play off. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our third quarter. Just one quarter remaining in this one. It's Chargers football as they try to hang on to a lead in a close game. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Now Milton to throw. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal. Going with Brown on the ground. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. It's a 3-yard pickup. That moves them a little bit closer. Third and goal coming up. Milton back to throw. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down. It took a great defensive effort to do it. It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late. It puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Tucker now on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find.
Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. To throw here on first down. He's got Bowers working the sideline. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion. That's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
From the 33 on second down. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Handoff headed left to Brown. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Milton. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of saying, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fielded at the 11. Oh, he lost it on the hit! And they steal it back on the return. And he will take it back for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. They have him back there because of the incredible things that he can do on punt returns, Brock, but this time he winds up giving the other side their incredible moment.
That's right. As a returner, you've got to field that ball clean first, and then second, keep it secure the rest of the way. There's 10 dudes on that other side, like maybe even 11 if you got a punter who likes to hit, and their sole mission is to separate you from the ball at full speed. And if they're lucky, well, they're lucky they can return it back to the house for 6.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers take a 16-point lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running behind center with Kamara. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Raiders down by 16. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Throwing now off play action. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. To throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're not going to see it in the box score, Kate, at the end of the game, but that was some high-quality zone coverage right there. Great design, tremendous communication, everybody trusting one another, and it allowed them to just collapse that pocket and finally get home.
They give on 2nd to Kamara. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Raiders Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. It's Kamara on third down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Throwing now. Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. And instead of losing such a close